So we're taking Herman and Colette to the airport. Where are you guys going?
Going to California.
Yeah? Who are you gonna see in California?
My sister.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you guys gonna eat?
Oh, I don't know yet. Oranges and cherries.
Oranges and cherries, very good. So they're going for about 10 days and they're gonna enjoy some California weather. Of course, our weather seems to be nice and theirs is getting a little hot and dry. We got about 45 minutes till we get there.
Yeah.
Coming back on Tuesday.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, you wanna stay longer?
No, I don't know.
Ah, Herman, want me to talk to Christine about you staying longer?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe, maybe.
I'd like to stay longer.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But not so much my birthday.
Then you'd have to plant any garden if you want any garden.
I would have to plant the garden?
Yeah.
Why don't I just have to water your garden?
It's just true.
Yeah, I can't get on my knees anymore anyway. Can't get on my knees anymore. Oh, lupin there, look at that.
Yeah, they have lupin in there.
Yeah.
Okay, with Herman and Colette off to California to enjoy some cherries and oranges and sun and fun, and they're having a surprise birthday party for Erica. So, happy birthday, Erica. I'm ready to get to work. I have 10 days. With 10 days before me and a lot to do, is along with, standard work, I am getting after this quickly. I am going to save, and I talk about this, I think. I am saving as much of the sheet metal as I can, and it's mostly because I use it for chicken tractors. Chickens don't care about the rain because we don't grow them during rainy season. We grow them during the spring and summer. Now, this spring obviously is way wetter than any other spring that we've had, that I've been around for, but typically that's not the case. So anyways, yeah, we're going to go through, and this is just the initial kind of day of starting to get this cleaned up. This little area right here was like an add-on. There's actually a artesian well that I'm trying to avoid running over or running into, and it's right in front of the left side of the excavator. And you will see later on, I leave a big heavy-duty door over it because I don't want to push any scraps of wood or debris into the artesian well, because that artesian well I plan on keeping and potentially even maybe using. I would love to build a little brick structure around it and build a little roof on it and have like an old, wind up type of bucketed at the end of a rope type of well. I think it'd be really cool. Even if we don't use it on a regular basis, I just think it'd be cool. Maybe it's just my romantic side coming out. That being said, I have no plans of dumping a bunch of stuff in it because that would get down into our water system, and I don't want to do that. So you can see, obviously, it has started raining. This is super inconvenient because I have a limited amount of time, and I do have Clint up here with me because it's summertime, so he's out of school. He's going to help me. He's a great help. He's able to, keep himself busy, stay out of the way. Not, obviously I try to keep the boys at a distance. Sometimes it looks like the boys are underneath me while I'm working. That is really the byproduct of these time lapses. The boys are not right underneath me. Whenever they come around, they know to keep their distance until we make eye contact. Once we make eye contact, I turn the excavator down and usually either put the bucket down or pull the safety lever. There's a safety lever on the left-hand side of, I believe, every excavator. So Clint's gonna help me today because I'm in a bit of a pickle. One of the things really interesting about the house and a lot of the structures that I'm finding up here at Herman's is there's that door that went over that artesian well. The old structure, like this house, and even like the little wood shed that was to the left of the house that I took down at the beginning, they are absolutely infested with ants and termites. So there's a lot of damage that is done to these structures that makes it impossible to even try to save these structures. I'm not making excuses for taking the house down. For me, it was really a hard decision to make, to tear down Herman's old house, because we care for him. So I think that was kind of the hard part of this. Even though I knew it needed to come down, everybody knows it needed to come down, for me it was still hard to take it down, knowing that he was going to be back up on the property and see that his old house is no longer there. So let's get on to how this day turns out.
We've run into some pretty big hiccups. So this property is fairly hilly, and Bob, the dump truck, is only two-wheel drive. It's rear-wheel drive and dually. So the issue with that is dualies like to spin in the mud, and two-wheel drive dualies like to just sit in the mud and do nothing. So that's the problem. The problem is we can't get this up the hill now that it rained, because we have a lot of clay around here, and that clay is just slick as snot. So what we've been doing, we did this yesterday, and it makes the trips going up the hill a lot longer, is we get it as far as we can up the hill without spinning like crazy, because I'm not trying to put a bunch of wear and tear on on the truck. And then we hook the dozer to it. Clint drives the dump truck and I drive the dozer, and we pull it up to the top, we dump it, and then we drive it back down. It drives down fine. It's just the mud is so stinking slick it can't make it up. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, and then you'll understand why we're in a bit of a rush, because we got 9 days. We have 9 days left before the end of our burn season here in Oregon, and we aren't even close, and I work a full-time job. So we'll see. Hopefully we get some nice dry weather. If we can get 2 days of good dry weather, we will be I'll be golden. I won't need to tow it up the hill anymore. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you what it looks like for us to tow it up the hill. So I'll see you in a sec. First leg. Alright, that's the one spot right there that we could have gotten crossed up pretty good, and we didn't, so we're good there. And then we just kind of chug up here, past the walnut tree, and we just kind of go up here nice and slow. And we basically stop right here where the dozer's at. We can make it a little farther, but it just ain't worth it. I really don't want to tear up the truck. Alright, now I'm putting neutral, put the air brake on, and then I'm going to let Clint do the rest of the driving. So I'm going to put you right here, and you'll get to see what it looks like from Clint's perspective. Now, I know he's young. He drives this truck all the time for me. Usually he drives it on the other farm where it's nice and flat. That's where he learned how to drive it. This truck's super easy to drive. The wheels are actually a little bit behind you, and it's got a big steering wheel, and it reacts real nice and calm. It's a diesel engine, so you can't really, if you hit the gas or the accelerator, it doesn't jump. So this truck's really easy and calm to drive. So he'll be fine. He's been driving Polarises and quads and stuff since I don't know, 7, so 6, 7, something like that.
Wait, no. 6.
Maybe 6, yeah. right, so that's it. You're gonna pull the truck up so I can reverse it, okay, buddy? You got that? All right, hold on. Let me get out of the way first, okay? So this is how I set this up. We just got a logging cable, and it just hooks onto the two clips under here, or the two hooks under here. There's two hooks, one on either side. And then I'm just using some logging cable. It's pretty straightforward. All right, I'm gonna pull this up, and then we're gonna turn the truck around. So he'll pull this up for me, but you can see this soil, this ground up here, this clay up here, so stinking slick. It's almost impossible to drive on if you don't have a four-wheel drive, especially with dualies. All right. All right, hop out, buddy. I'll back it up. All right, you take your camera. Okay. Just, there you go. All right, so that's a little bit of what it takes. It's slow. This is definitely a hiccup. Usually these runs take me coming up here to like drop off logs or something. It's about a 4-minute run. Now we're at about 15 minutes by the time we get the dozer and everything hooked up and slow drive it up. But there's not really much else I can do about it with the timeline we have. I'd love to wait until we have, you know, July. But I got limited time before Herman comes back from California. I also have a deadline to get the burn pile burned, and I really want to get that out of there because on this side of that burn pile is where we're going to be putting the pond. So it's going to be a lined pond, but there's still going to be a pond there. So that's going to be, hopefully I can start that this summer, but I don't see it happening this summer. I think I'll get all the supplies and everything up here. I have most of it down at the home farm. I'll be able to bring most of that up here and definitely get the stumps out. I got a way to split the stumps and break them up other than using the excavator now. And so anyways, we're gonna let the goats out for the day. You can do that, Clint. Open that gate up for them. Clint's gonna open up the gate for the goats and they'll find the way out. They hear us working up here. Usually they're a few minutes behind once they hear some tractors and stuff, or a chainsaw. They love, whenever they hear me run my chainsaws, they come running because they know I'm gonna drop in stuff they can nibble on. demolishing the house. It's a bit of a happy, sad. I'm happy to get the project done. I'm sad to tear down Herman's old place. You know, he's like family to us at this point, so. All right, have a good one.